What's up, everybody? The Mathaholics again with another math video. So we're gonna solve this little question we have here today. But before we solve this, I have a question for you guys. So let's say I have a fraction. Well, two fractions, right? Plus, can I solve these yet? Can I just say 1 plus 2 is 3 and 2 plus 3 is 5 and have this be my answer? Well, the short answer to that question is no. And the reason for that is because those fractions don't have a common denominator. So we would have to get those to have a common denominator and then we could solve them. So that being said, now looking at this question over here, we are fortunate enough to see that these already have a common denominator. So this question is actually going to be really simple to solve. The only thing that we really have to do is rewrite it. So let's just go ahead and do that. 2x, we're going to leave that the same. That's a little thick. I guess on social media we like thick, but not a math. Anyway, let me stop. So x minus 1 over x plus 6 minus 2x plus 5 over x plus 6. So there's a few things that we're going to do to rewrite it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to put parentheses. We're going to put parentheses over this and parentheses over this. Okay? And this will all make so much more sense later after I explain it all, that you'll be upset that you even had a question about this. Okay? Now, we already did that. So let me just click it all and drag it over here for us. Slide down a little bit. Okay? Now, the next thing we're going to do is, you remember how a few seconds ago I was saying that we are fortunate enough to see that these have a common denominator? Well, whenever we see that, there's a few things we can do. I think one of the easiest things we can do is this right here, which is what I'm about to do for us. When you see two fractions being added or subtracted with the same denominator, go ahead and put both of those over the same denominator. And that is perfectly legal in the rules of math. Now, remember how we just put these parentheses right here and right here? Well, there's a reason for that. And now it's so that it's a little easier for us when we do this problem. So now I'm just going to write it as x minus 1. And there's a minus sign right there. That's an ugly minus sign. There we go. 2x plus 5. And now you might be asking me, why does it matter if these are in parentheses or not? Well, I'm about to show you. So x minus 1, we're just going to leave that how it is, minus 2x plus 5. Now that we see that this is in parentheses right over here, what does this tell us about the minus sign? This means that we're going to have to distribute this minus sign to this term and to the 5. So that's going to become a negative 2x minus 5. And now you can actually just get rid of these parentheses because they're not going to affect the problem whatsoever. And just keep in mind the denominator stays the same, x plus 6. Okay, and I can either write down or to the right. I'm just going to write next to it. So x, we're going to combine like terms. X right here minus 2x, that's going to give us a negative x. Oh, and if you're wondering what happened to the 2x, nothing. I just didn't write it, but don't forget it. So that's a negative x. We got rid of these two terms. Negative 1 minus 5 is negative 6. And then the denominator stays the same, x plus 6. And a quick question. If I have 496 over 496, or if I have 512.74 over 512.74, which of these, what do these become? This is just 1 and this is just 1. So as you can see right here, I have a negative x minus 6 over x plus 6. This is the exact same thing, except one is positive, one is negative. So this just becomes a negative 1. Okay, so that's what this became. And I just gave you this little explanation here just in case we forgot that. But this turns into this negative 1. All right, so like I was saying, let's not forget the 2x. And now we have 2x equals negative 1. So now we just solve this like any regular old equation that we've been doing for a couple years. 2x divided by 2 to isolate the x, divide by 2. Now we have x equals a negative half. And that right here is your answer. I hope this was some sort of help to you, and let me know if you have any other questions or anything I could help you with. Thank you.